Shalom, shalom. Yeah, I know. I could hear y'all in the comments already. I read y'all comments. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was like, yo, 9:30, 10:30, taking his time. A lot of things happen. So thank y'all, first and foremost, for y'all patience, right? And, on this beautiful Shabbat, um, I pray y'all having a good start of y'all, Shabbat and the new moon. And we're going to get into Deuteronomy 7:6 and as well as the new moon and how that ties in one to another, right? And I want y'all to take notes, participate. If y'all have a disagreement, say it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Say, have y'all have something to say. You know what to do. So let's begin without further ado. Now, the greatest nation upon the earth doesn't have its story told. We know who the greatest nation is, and I want y'all to put that in the comments because if I say it, I could say it, but I want y'all to say it in each and every one of y'all so that it could go out on the airwaves, on the chat room, and everywhere, right? And right now, I've seen House of David on Prime, and we all know that show is not representative of who the greatest nation is, right? The greatest nation on the face of the earth, and be not confused now. I said earth, not world, or worlds, because there's many worlds in, on the earth, right? The Chinese world doesn't look like the Japanese world, or vice versa. You have the Arab world. You have, the so-called Idumea, which is Esau, white man. You have 17 other nations, right? Genesis chapter 10. 17 other nations. But the Most High chose one. Now, we can see how he chose one from Scripture, right? And we're going to go to Deuteronomy 7, chapter 7, and we're going to start at verse 1, right? Because most of the time when people go out to camp, we bring out 7 and 6. But we tend to forget how the Most High plowed the land of Canaan for us to go to be allowed in, right? So 7 and 1. And it reads, when the Lord thy God, so possessive, shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites, the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, right? 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. I mean, those nations were stronger, taller. They had things that we didn't have, right? Let's keep going. 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. Verse 2. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. So all these other nations, Amorites, Perizzites, the Canaanites, they're all dark-skinned nations, right? Most High told us not supposed to make covenants. We're not supposed to have mercy. So we can't break bread with them. We can't. One second. Be right back. All right. So all these nations, they were taken out by the Most High for us to move in. So it's like having a great big mansion. And Most High said, all right, I got mansions upon mansions upon my land. Y'all could move in as soon as y'all destroy these people. And he delivered them unto us. And he told us Don't make no covenant. Don't make no contract with them, and don't have mercy on them. And we kill them all by order of the Lord in righteousness, as always, right? Verse 3, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter shall not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. We're not even supposed to mingle with these people. And they're dark races, right? Verse 4, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. So if the anger of the Lord is kindled against us, how come it's not kindled against everybody in the world? Why just one nation? Because that's the nation he chose, right? And he said, the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. That means that you go worship other gods and bring other deities inside your home. You may be destroyed in your willingness to follow these other gods. Suddenly. And for me, suddenly means without warning, without an alarm, or somebody come and talk to you. Because if somebody come and talk to you, that's a blessing. They're trying to chastise you and get you on the right path. But if nobody comes and chastises you and you die suddenly, y'all seen first 48. Y'all seen after the first 48. Y'all seen the first 48 critical minutes. Y'all seen all those shows. And some of these stories, when you look and you watch and you dig hard enough, you figure out why. Somebody tried to rob somebody, somebody killed somebody, somebody was driving on the highway and shot somebody in their car, and they shot a postal worker, which is a federal crime. That's wicked, right? And that's all on the first 48. Big fan. Verse 5, but thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire. We're supposed to destroy everything. That's what we did. These 7 nations, we went in there, we just destroyed everything. Just burn everything to the ground. We're going to start from the ground up, from what appears to be chaos, right? What appears to be chaos. But chaos is the beginning of all things, because it gives us an opportunity to build things right. Because chaos demands order. In the beginning, Genesis 1, the Most High, what did he do? He created the herbs, the sun and the moon to tell us time. What is that? That is order. He's selling order. Like, okay, the moon is there for a lesser light. The sun is there for a greater light. Right? The sun represents who? The father in the household. The moon represents who? The mother in the household. And all of y'all, I see now in the chat, y'all was talking about Proverbs 31, right? Proverbs 31 speaks of what? A woman that stays up at night. Stays later at night to take care of who? Her family. Right? Now, let me go there. And not just speak out of my own mind, my own belief. Right? Let me see. 31. Proverbs 31, Proverbs 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night. That's verse 15. She rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household. and a portion to her maidens. She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. That's what a woman is. The lesser light. But in her lesser light, in the darkness of the sky, the Most High saw fit to put a light in the heavens to tell us, as it is, an ornament of the armies above, right? That's in Ecclesiasticus, chapter 43. Sister Bethia, Proverbs 31 and 21. Let me see. What does it say? Proverbs 31 and 21. And it reads, she is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. Come on. Because she's the one working that wool, that flax. She's the one making sure that, even if a garment is shredded, she grabs it, sews it. Or she makes new fabrics. Makes new fabrics to cover the children. And when you think about it, right? The Most High, what did he give us? You look at the constellations, right? I'm going to ask a question. The moon, now, Salah, the earth is at what position in the solar system? I want you to think about that. Give me an answer. Everybody give me an answer. And what is the sun in relation to the earth? And what is the moon in relation to the earth? And what is the earth in relation to the sun and the moon? This is very important. This is going to go into what I'm trying to bring out. Most High would, and it comes out the right way. Let him inspire me, have the scriptures come out the right way. Most High willing. So I'm asking y'all, what is the relation between the earth, and the sun and the moon? What's the relationship? Right? Now, let's keep reading. Chapter 7, Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people. Holy means Kodash, set apart, unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people. Special means set apart. Holy means it shouldn't be, as a people, we should not be tainted with what's going on in the world. We are set apart. I mean, we put aside. And we could prove that with Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. And it reads, and ye shall be holy unto me. Most High is talking. Holy unto me, right? For I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. I mean, that's clear. He cut us off from other people. All these 17 other nations, they're over there, and we are over here on the right-hand side, right? No, not light and it has a component, but not light and energy, right? Not light and energy. No. I want some more answers. Come on, give me some more answers. Verse 6. Keep going. Chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Above, not below. Let me see. Sister Bethia says, the moon gives light at night, and the sun gives light and heat in the day. Okay. But how does that relationship meet with the earth? How does that meet the earth? Because keep in mind, the Most High created all things. Okay, I'm asking. Let me ask the question one more time. How does the sun and the moon, two constellations that were made on the fourth day in the book of Genesis, how do they come in relation with the earth? They give light to the earth, I understand. But I want y'all to take further than that. Think further than that. The son represented, like I said before, is representative of the father in the home, right? And home in Hebrew is bayath. And who takes care of the children in the home? It's the mother, right? Now, when the sun goes down, the man usually, as it should be, goes back home, right? Now, who take the relief? Yeah, the man could stay up another 2-3 hours, could push it, could, help our spouse, do what we need to do. But as the Proverbs 31 and 15 says, and verse 21, just like Sister Batara brought out, the mother at some point takes over. As the moon in the sky takes over. Right? So at night, when the sun is down, the moon takes over and shines light upon the earth and acts as a, tells us time, moves the ebb and flow of the oceans, allows us to reset for a new month, because a new moon is a new month, right? But in the moon, and what is deemed to be a lesser light, there's a certain strength and tranquility, because as Proverbs 31 we read, her husband dwells safely in her. That means that the women at night take over, and a Proverbs 31 woman will take care of her man, make sure he's good, make sure he's in safety, right? Because at some point he has to crash out. He has to, like fall down, relax, let her take over. And the earth represents children, because the sun grows certain fruits at certain seasons, at certain times. But the moon also moves the waters, moves the water in our bodies, keeps the women in that cycle, because we're all made of 70% plus water, right? So by celebrating the new moon, we're starting a new month and a new mindset. Last month we was like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. If we truly believe what Deuteronomy 76 says, then we should move in that vibration and come before the Lord, be like, Most High, like David said, this is what I want, this is what I expect. I know what you want from me. If I could do more, I'll do more. But the very least, the very extent of what everything I could do, I'm going to do to please you. But if I please you, I get what I get what I want. But I gotta ask. If you don't ask, Most High is not gonna hear your prayer. And this is the perfect time to do so, because it's the beginning of the month, and the new moon is empty, right? So it's devoid of light. Now that light, that the moon itself, right, is between what? At that time is between the earth and the sun. That's why it's devoid of light. So by having that time frame where you see the new moon as devoid of light, right, and it's the beginning of months, you should think like, all right, this is the perfect time to go before the throne of the Lord and ask whatever I'm going to ask. And by the full moon, everything I ask should be either completed or close, 99% complete. If I do everything I'm supposed to do on my end as a child of God, as a child set apart, Deuteronomy 7 and 6, all of that, then by the 4th, 15th, 16th, I mean, we're off to the races. Now, if something is wrong, then we got to reevaluate, right? Dang, I'm not doing something. Something is wrong. Because the Most High is basically our report card for righteousness. Because our parents, we all went to school. Then I want them Jordan 11s. All right, bring me them grades. Bring me them grades, and I'll get you them Jordan 11s. We did that with our parents. We should do the same thing with the Lord. I want this. I want that. I want point. You ask for thing in righteousness on the new moon. By the 15th, if everything goes well, then you did everything you could do within your power to make the Most High happy, put in the work, and then you get what you want. If something goes astray or you're not getting what you need or what you ask for in righteousness, something is missing. Because he is our report card. He is the ultimate judge of everything, right? Now, Deuteronomy 7 and 8, and it reads, but because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, had the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. That's beautiful. But we tend to forget. We tend to forget. And the new moon is a new chance to make. Let's keep it buck. If you ask for the Most High for something on the new moon, in fervor and vigor and in strength of spirit, then you're making an agreement that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. Whatever that is. You pray the Most High, I'm going to do my best this month. I'll put my best possible foot forward, trying to do right by thee, Almighty Father. Hey, we all seen things that we thought was not doable. But we're not supposed to think like that. If you believe in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, you should be like, yo, it don't happen, man. I'm just going to snowplow my driveway or my parking spot in my apartment complex or wherever I live or in front of my house because I'm going to get a new car. Whatever it is. Or you could pray for somebody else to get what they want. Or you pray for your whole family of people that you love to get what they want. Strength of prayer it's without measure and without unequivocally the strongest weapon that we have. Right? Now, verse 9. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. 1,000 generations. That's beautiful. Because later on, the Most High speaks on that. He says what? Malachi. Chapter 1, verse 2. And it reads, I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. What more you want, man? What more do you want? This is the perfect time. You want something on this night, new moon? Truth be told, it was last night, but it lasts 3 days. So you should pray tonight. Pray tonight in fervor and in belief. Because why not? He's the Almighty Father. Why not? Whatever it may be, don't need to tell me. Talk to the Father. Right? Now, let's go to Romans chapter 1, verse 5. And it reads, by whom we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations, for his name. I mean, he stamped us, man. He stamped us. Even before we was born, he stamped us. By whom we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations for his name. Right? Among whom are ye also the called of Jesus Christ, which is Yahushua HaMashiach. To all that be in Rome, beloved of God, called to be saints. Who is called to be saints? Now, you'll have people out here that was going to say, oh, called to be saints. That's everybody that believes in the Bible. Wait a minute. If we go to Psalms, Psalms 50, verse 5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And we keep going down, and the heavens shall declare his righteousness, for God is judge himself, Selah. Hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel, and I will testify against thee. I am God, even thy God. So that's unequivocal, right? Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. We need to move in a certain mind frame and start the month in that mind frame, right? Damn, my bad. I left my pocketbook. I'm back. I left my pocketbook. Now let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 16. And we're going to start at verse 17. Right? Woe is me, meaning destruction upon me. Destruction upon me. Who will deliver me in those days? Right? Because in the beginning there was chaos, and Most High put order in chaos. So we all know that for the Lord to come back, he has to set order. And a lot of things are going to transpire where people are going to, for lack of a better word, and no man on here going to camp or in the four corners of the earth wants that. But 2/3 of our people have to go alongside the others that don't want to follow the Most High. Right? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? We have all these questions, right? The scriptures tell us what's going to happen. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Amendment is something that's added to a law, right? So all these plagues are going to come to be added to what we already know. And we're going to show that later, right? Verse 20, but for all these, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. That means they're going to see things happening around them, and they're not going to pay attention. It's just another day. It don't matter. Not understanding these are warning signs. These are things that's happening because of what other nations have done to the earth. Chiefly the so-called white man. He has destroyed the earth, air, water, land, cattle, fruit, trees, and everything that lives. Right? Verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good cause. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Sword, famine, and great confusion. It's coming, right? Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. You escape one calamity, you're going to fall into another calamity. That's what that's saying. A lot of people are going to fall into different calamities because they're going to seek this word and they're not going to find it. So they're going to fall here, there. They're going to fall in a drought. The blind, like Yahushua said, the blind leading the blind, and they're going to fall into a ditch. Verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. We're already starting to see that. A lot of the food that's being eaten is not even real food no more. Like we're eating, a lot of the times we're not careful, we're eating GMO food, and they're charging us extra for organic and price of eggs. Oh my Lord. I've never seen prices like this for eggs, man. You know, like I've seen $12 for eggs, $10 for eggs, a dozen. Yeah. Right? Verse 25, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall become desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rock. Now, we don't know who the clefts of the rock are. We don't know who they are, right? Yes, sis. Yo, everybody's trying to finagle a way to get food. But I digress. Now, let's keep going. Right? Clefts of the rock. And it's gonna be bad. But we need that pressure. If you look at geology, the study of stones, rocks, and so forth, to be able to create diamonds, you have to put coal under immense pressure, right? Immense pressure. And valuable stones are not created overnight. I'm not talking about them lab-grown diamonds. That's not. Real diamonds take many years to be formed in the earth, right? It takes time, it takes pressure, it takes different elements to have a diamond from coal, right? But who's going to be able to withstand that pressure? And to be able to withstand that pressure, you need to have the Lord on your side to fight with you your battles. To fight your battles. If you're not with the Lord, this world will crush you like a pebble underneath a person's shoe. Like it says in the scriptures, trodden underfoot. What's the use of salt once it's lost its savor? That's Matthew 5. What is the use of having salt if it's lost its savor? It is good for nothing. It has no use. You don't taste nothing. I'm tasting paste at that point. But we're not some pasty people. We know who the pasty people are. We know who they are. They're not us. Because we got beautiful, brown, dark, sometimes lighter skin. As long as your father is a so-called black man, you're one of us. But that comes with knowing these scriptures, understanding these scriptures comes with responsibilities and burdens that we carry. But those burdens make us become diamonds in the rough. And then the Most High comes and he just shaves off certain corners. Like, okay, I could work with this. Yeah, Most High going to shave off certain corners. Like, yeah, man, this diamond is nice. Bam. And he makes it look good. And he puts it. He might put it in your hand, and he put it on your body, or in your teeth, or on your crown. But you gotta shoulder that responsibility. It's not given to everybody. It's not. Because let's go to Isaiah chapter 13. Let's start at verse. Let's go to verse. Let's start at verse 1. All right. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger. Even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation, which means anger, right? To destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them, and they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. And any woman in the chat that giving birth, you know what that is. As men, we don't know what that is. But by reading it you know, I'm just going to say, you know. Let me keep going. They shall be amazed one at another. Their face shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath fierce and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Just like we got kicked out of the Most High house in Israel, our homeland, the same way he's going to destroy Babylon, right? Which is modern day America today. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth. You heard that? Let me read that again. Because we talked about the sun being the father figure and the moon being the mother and the earth being the children, right? The children that take both the light of the sun and the moon to grow fruit, to grow up, to get wisdom, understanding from both parents upon the earth, and the children that the Most High chose, right? Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light, and the sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Now, this is the part that I want y'all to remember. Verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Right? And Ophir means, according to the Bible dictionary, Ophir means uncertain. But we're not uncertain. If we're doing everything we're supposed to do according to the Most High God, we're not uncertain. We're going to be certain of our, as much as we can, of our reward. At the end, the Most High is going to be judged. We're like, okay, you get your palm in your hand, right? And Yahushua said, we all want to hear these words. I knew you. I know your name. And I like how you work. Brother, sister, you did a good job. Here's your palm. We don't want to hear, I never knew you. That would crush us. And this is why we need the new moons and the high holy days. And especially this new moon is the last new moon before the spring equinox. So we have to understand that by the next new moon, we're going to be in spring, right? And spring means to spring forth, new beginnings. Why not start now? Why not pray to the Most High for what you want? You great. You separate from other nations. You holy. You amazing. You way up there. All the way up. You know what I'm saying? You feel good about yourself. In righteousness, everything you do, sometimes, some days it's going to be hard. But find little pleasure in little things. Little things. Find the pleasure in the pain. Once you start doing that, you find pleasure in small things, big things, big problems will come. Okay. Let's break it down to a smaller compound, and boom, you get the solution. But don't make everything big, right? It's not what it looks like. Because we're going to go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. Everybody I know this. I know this. I don't need to read. I don't need to tell y'all. I'm going to read it anyway for edification purposes. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient without change to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity." To be able to mold gold, sometimes they add other metals, but in this case, Most High doesn't want us to have any impurities. He wants us to be as the gold wedges of Ophir. And if you do your research, Ophir is in Arabia, and there they had the best, so-called best resource for gold. It was source of much gold in Arabia, in Ophir. All right, let's keep going. "Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail." It won't. It won't. Your reward from the Lord, it won't fail. Has the Lord ever failed us? When we did everything we were supposed to do, and we asked for what we wanted, like I pray that every single one of you watching tonight, do tonight. I pray in fervor for what you want in righteousness, and you do your part until the 15th, when the full moon and the peak of the light of the moon comes in on the full moon, because the new moon is empty and the full moon is when it's at its perfection and at its peak, right? And we could read that in scripture. Ecclesiasticus 43. 43 and verse 7. "For the moon is a sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection." When it's perfect, that means it's full. Because you can't decrease when you're empty, when you're devoid of light. You can't decrease further than that. So it has to be full, right? The moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. That means that we pray tonight, and by the 15th or 16th, when the moon is full, we should have, whatever we prayed for, should have reached its perfection. If we do everything we're supposed to do from today moving forward, right? And then after the 15th, 16th, you can enjoy the bearing of the fruit that you asking fervor from the Most High. Verse 8, the month is called after her name, in increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars. You don't see stars in the day. You see stars at night. And that's not by accident, right? The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest places of the Lord. At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order and never faint in their watches. Right? Look upon the rainbow and praise him that made it. Very beautiful it is in the brightness thereof. Right? And that's what the moon is. Right? Now let's keep going. I'm going to go to 2nd Esdras and go back to 16 verse 36. All right? And it reads, behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Right? Spake of the gods in land of Canaan, all these seven other nations that they were worshiping. We burned those. It was purposeful. We were commanded to do so. Right? Right? Behold, verse 37, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. That means that these diseases are going to come for us, right? As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringing forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, to come upon the children that we represent, come upon the womb of a woman, which is representative of the earth. We've seen all the Afrocentric, art that shows us a mother having a child in the womb and the earth be connected to the womb, for all life coming from women. As such, we need to be careful and be with the Lord to be protected, and for us to, as men, also to protect y'all that want to be protected. Right? We're gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 59, and it reads, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuous, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuous. We've seen COVID. It ain't leaving. White man got to make his money. He got to make his money. He got to destroy people in the process so he could gain the earth. And he's not going to stop. He's not going to stop, right? Verse 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Why? Why is it going to cleave unto us? Why? Verse 15, this is Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken, which means listen, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now, we didn't listen. All of us here, our forefathers didn't listen. We didn't listen. Sometimes we don't listen. Moment of weakness, or we hard-headed. I was hard-headed. Man, listen. Brother tell you, man, they got stories about me. You're like, yo, this dude. Yo, why you don't listen? Why? Then at some point, my head had to open up and be like, yo, you got to stop, man. You don't need to crack eggs all the time. Every morning, you could chill. You know what I'm saying? But brother tell you stories. Don't ask him though. Now, verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. See that? Yo, we don't want to listen. Most High going to destroy us slowly. Slowly but surely. Right? Slowly but surely. Because now these days, let me show you. These days, every man, unless you have a love for your people, a love for people around you, we reached a point where people are cold to each other, callous to each other, right? And let's go to Micah chapter 7, verse 2, right? The good man is perished out of the earth, and there is none upright among men, right? They all lie in wait for blood. They hunt every man his brother with a net, right? That they may do evil with both hands earnestly. The prince asketh, and the judge asketh for reward. And the great man, he uttereth his mischievous desire, so they wrap it up. You wrap it up, right? The best of them is as a briar. Now, if you know what a briar is like it's like a bush that is very thorn, that has many thorns on it, and you can't even touch. Like it will scratch you. So imagine a whole bush, bushes that are on the fence or on the side of your land, and nobody could cross those bushes because they're gonna cut you and harm you and make you bleed because you don't want to share your food, you don't want to share what you have, you don't want to have people. Basically, it's like a nature's way of no trespassing. The best of them is what? The best of them is as a briar. The most upright is sharper than a thorn edge. The day of thy watchman and thy visitation cometh. Now shall be their perplexity. Right? Trust ye not in a friend, putting ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the door of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. But we have to be careful. We have to be. But at the same time, we have to tell people the truth. We have to go out there and do the work. We have to, every time we go by the way, we have to tell them, hey, this is not how it works. I know you in the world. I know you walking around. You see certain things and you think it's okay. No, it's not. I'm telling you, it's not. You don't want to listen to me? Cool. You don't want to listen to me? Cool. But be mindful. Most High gonna deal with you accordingly. Because there are many people, many men, women, they treat other people well and they get pains and anguishes for that. And they put, it's hard for them. But let me see. 2 Ezra 16, verse 70. Let's go to that. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Yeah. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. That's coming. That's coming. If you've seen any court TV shows, I've seen people drive their cars in the courtroom. I've seen people throw like backpacks at a judge. I've seen people leap at judges. I mean, they have no compunction to get at people they know they're not supposed to get at. So the time is coming. People are crashing out, as they say online. They're crashing out. Right? They're crashing out. Let's keep going. Verse 73. Then shall they be known, who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold, as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for God is your God. Yahweh is your God. We don't need nobody else, man. We know exactly what's going to happen, and we're being told what's going to happen. All we got to do is do what we do, read the scriptures, hold the Most High in our hearts by Yahushua as well, and keep them in our minds at all times. All times, right? Now let's go to Romans chapter 11. Verse 34. And it reads, for who hath known the mind of the Lord, or who hath been in his counselor? We all know nobody, right? Verse 35, or who hath first given to him, and it shall be recompensed unto him again. For of him, and through him, and to him all things, to whom be glory forever. Amen. Now let's go 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 16. For who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Yahushua, because he put it in here. He put it in here how to move, how to maneuver. Man, he taught us the spiritual movement and how to move right? How to approach different situations and how to handle different situations. And in doing that, going through those situations with the same mindset he did, we can, navigate more assuredly. Because we have to go through those things to be able to see that what he told us, it was higher than real. It is. It is. It is us. It's Israel. It ain't what it looks like. It is what it is. It's the greatest gift he could have gave us. Coming, Most High gave his only begotten son, coming down, showing how to move, how to, deal with certain situation. This is our kung fu, right? This is our spiritual gifts, things that we have. And on the day, the new moon, we pray, we give reverence to the Most High. We start our new month on a new vibration, a new mindset. And we go in it like it's already done, right? We pray to the Lord, it's already done as long as I do my part, right? Let's go to John chapter 17. Let's start at verse 1. These words spake Yahushua, and lifted up his eyes to heaven, and said, Father, the hour is come. Glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee. And that's how we should be. Right? We got to do our work, so we glorify the Lord. And in turn, he glorifies us, and we return, and it's a circular, it's righteous reciprocity that we should initiate with the Lord on this day, the new moon going forward. And the next new moon is the spring equinox, renewal, and everything that is new is going to come about. Birds are going to be singing. And where are we going to be at? Where are we going to be at? I'm like, yeah, it's the 15th. Where am I? Okay, I'm close to my objective. I'm close to getting it. I'm almost there. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen things happen at the 11th hour. Boom. Whoa, wow. Okay, the Most High be maneuvering, just slaying 7 nations in front of you. Bang, 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 bang. Right? All then Canaanite Amorites, that was easy work. So what you ask from the Most High to do that's so hard? There ain't nothing you could ask that is hard for the Lord, as long as you do what you're supposed to do. Verse 2, as thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him. Right? Now, let's see. Let's jump to verse 20. Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. So we have to be one with each other. We have to be on the same wavelength. We don't need to go far to be at peace with each other. We just call each other, hey, how you doing? What's going on? No. There's going to come a time where, like I said, you're going to desire to hear the voice of somebody. You're not going to be able to. And a lot of us are going to weep and be sad. But by knowing that we have to go through this, and this pressure got to create diamonds and gold, man, we're going to withstand this fire. Just like when Yahushua laid his life for us. We have to be on the same wavelength and start today. Every beginning of the month, where I'm at. And it's a stamp. Like, yo, it's a new moon. It's a stamp. Okay, well, where am I at? I did well last month. What do I need to do to progress this month? What do I need to do to elevate spiritually, mentally, and be around other people, be around my people? How can I make myself closer to those that I appreciate? How can I be better in all areas? Where am I lacking? Where am I lacking? So with that, I pray that y'all see this QR code to donate, right, for the ministry. Also, y'all could donate using PayPal with the email at the bottom, theambassadors144@gmail.com, on Zelle and on PayPal, right? And I pray that tonight y'all have a good prayer. Take the time, just pray in your quiet place, your little peaceful place, where that may be, and just pray the Lord, man. And dress up a list, man. Don't be afraid. Dress up a list now. People want to ask for one thing. No, don't be asking for one thing and be like, be over, right? No, Lord, this is what I need. This is what I'm going to do. This is what you talk to the Lord like he's there. Talk to Yahushua, your Most High, like they're there. Like you really want this, and do your part. And then what will happen is majorly part on our part. We do our share. Hey, Most High might bless you beyond your wildest dream. Well, we know, because it's about to be spring. When the Most High spring forth every one of your desires. Every one of your desires, every one of the things that y'all desire, that y'all want, let that happen. So with that, I thank y'all. Have a great Shabbat night. Sleep peacefully after your prayer, after your request to the Almighty Father, while you have Shah. Kwam Yasharala, and I love y'all.